A News 4 exclusive. It was one of the most controversial police shootings in recent memory. And tonight, after years of virtual silence, the detective who fired first in the controversial Sean Bell 50-shot case is speaking out. Chief Investigative Reporter Jonathan Deese is here now with more for us. Jonathan?
Chuck Sheba, he was cleared of criminal charges and faced months of protests. But after being fired from the NYPD 2 weeks ago and having his pension taken away, Jesse Iznora decided it was finally time to speak out. For the first time, he tells us about the job he did that night and how he feels betrayed by NYPD brass.
I was fed to the wolves, if you want to, use that. And that's exactly what the commissioner and the mayor did.
Jesse Iznora is still angry over having been put on trial in the shooting death of Sean Bell. And he is angry over being fired last month from the NYPD.
I was there doing my job.
Iznora says from day one, there was a rush to judgment.
It's hard to understand why 50-odd shots should be taken.
Bang, bang! And he says a rush to appease protesters.
They were basically saving themselves. They could care less about the rank and file members of the department. They ran for the hills and they left us behind.
There are some who are going to come out and say, this cop's wrong, and along with his fellow officers, 50 shots, not okay. It's not okay.
Of course they're going to say that. In hindsight, looking at it, of course they're going to make a comment like that. But again, those people making those comments would not know the job that undercovers do. It was just survival at that time and moment. And the decision that they took, left me with no other choice.
Iznora is talking about what he says were the actions of Sean Bell, Trent Benefield, and Joseph Guzman. It was Bell's bachelor party at the strip club Kahlua, and the night before his wedding. Outside, Iznora says Bell's group got into a dispute with a rival named Fabio Kwaku, and he heard Bell and his friends making threats.
Joseph Guzman to state, go get my gun, go get my gun. And, there was another individual that said, let's F him up.
Concerned they were going for a gun, Iznora called for backup and followed Bell and his friends as they went to their car. But backup did not get there fast enough, and Iznora, all alone, says he felt he had to act.
I said to myself, I have to stop this car.
Why?
If I don't stop the car, Fabio Kwaku gets shot.
Iznora says he pulled out his shield, his gun, and ordered the car to stop.
Well, the people don't understand is that a vehicle is a weapon as well, and he used that vehicle against me. He basically wanted to run me over.
Seconds later,
I'm still looking into the car, and is when I noticed Guzman making an arm movement. I yelled gun very, very instinctively, and I fired my weapon.
Some people would say, you know what, he's undercover, he's alone, his backup isn't there. Pfft, let him go.
If I wasn't there, they would have went around the corner and definitely would have got to Fabio Kwaku.
Iznora, who fired first, pulled the trigger 11 times.
What is a right amount? What is not a right amount? And in a heated situation, you're not counting bullets.
Police Commissioner Kelly fired Iznora, saying Iznora broke the rules by coming out of his undercover role when he tried to stop the car and fired at the unarmed men.
Right then and there, I thought every possible step that I took was correct.
Iznora says he does feel for the loss the Bell family suffered, but he insists he is not at fault.
I'm not looking back.
No apologies, no regrets?
No apologies, no regrets. I came to grips of, what I did.
We spoke with Reverend Sharpton, who said the Bell family may comment after seeing tonight's story. The mayor's office and police commissioner said for now they will not be commenting. Tomorrow on News 4 at 5, Iznora tells us what it was like facing trial, facing protests from many in his own community, and facing a future now that he's out of a pension and a job. Sheba and Chuck.
What sort of legal action is he considering at this point in time?
He's planning to try to take some sort of legal action to try to get his job back, but his attorneys admit it is an uphill climb. After the departmental trial, he faced an NYPD internal trial, and he was found guilty there for violating NYPD procedures, and that's why he was fired. And
the Bell family reaction to his firing?
They felt that this was a slap on the wrist. It was not nearly enough given what their family endured, and we may hear more from them tomorrow.
All right, we shall see tomorrow. Thank you very much, Jonathan.